Yellow diamonds in the light.
On the Bournemouth goal in this game so far, there's been lots of nice little moments. Here's Ekitike again, looking to provide one. He might be getting what he has! He got the break he wanted. He got the goal he wanted. Ugo Ekitike, a scorer at Wembley. Now Kirkez. Ekitike's movement, very sharp and very clever again. Here comes Gakpo. Still Gakpo. It's just too good. It's a sparkling Liverpool goal on the opening night. And Cody was struggling to get out. That was Soboslai looking for Wirtz, but they did well to close that down. Here goes Brooks. Semenyo moving at pace. Here he is, and scores. He's got a really good habit of scoring against Liverpool, and he's done it again.
I thought that Brooks might have been offside, but it looks as if it was
for Soboslai. And now the counter, and Liverpool are short-numbered here. Look at Semenyo flying. He has support to his left. He goes on his own, and he scores quite brilliantly. Single-handedly, he took the goal. Single-handedly, he's turned this one on its head. Semenyo has two, and Bournemouth have come from winner. This is Soboslai. This is Mohamed Salah. What a ball, what a touch by the goalkeeper. Comes out, oh, Chiesa! They just love late drama at Anfield. Liverpool are at it again on the opening night. Salah will chase. And Salah, all on his own, support is arriving. Salah! The final boss of opening day Premier League football just had to have his say, didn't he?
Soboslai, don't score! Disguised the shot, kept it low, Liverpool lead. Clever, clever.
Very clever. It's always brave to decide to go under the wall, but that's where they've been told.
Thought about it. Frimpong. But he's got there. And it's in! And Liverpool have a second. All the work done by Frimpong. I think it went in off Medina. The goalkeeper might have got a touch as well. They don't care, it's 2-0 Liverpool.
He had enough to disturb them, knock them out of their stride.
Lovely touch, Soboslai. Gravenberch with a carry. Overload for Liverpool. He plays it left, Marseille in trouble. Cody Gakpo, 3-0. Classic counter, job well done. Marseille 0, Liverpool 3. Liverpool on the verge of it all.
Moving and fine Florian Wirtz. It's come off Yakuba Minte, who will clear the ball away. It's not the best clearance in the world. Won by Gomez. Chance! And it's in! It's Ugo Ekitike who scores for Liverpool. What a start! Well, it just doesn't get better than that. Brighton guilty of giving possession. Provider for Liverpool. It's a lovely ball. Goal! So simple. Ugo Ekitike is into double figures for Liverpool. Left completely unmarked. Salah the supplier. Ekitike once again the Liverpool scorer.
well, you have to see.
Joe Willock.
Barnes. Oh, it's found its way to Gordon, and Anthony Gordon finds the back of Alisson's net, and it's the villain of the piece as far as Liverpool fans are concerned, who gets the opening goal for Newcastle. Anthony Gordon puts Newcastle in front against form momentarily before Newcastle do get more back. Here's Mo Salah. It breaks here for Gravenberch. Wirtz, can he get a shot away? He can cut it back, and Ekitike fires home. in the right spots to get on the end of that from Florian Wirtz, and that is a striker's goal if ever there was one. Hugo Ekitike strike. It's just back to the goal. It looks simple, but that is a striker at the top of his game, and here he is again. Ekitike will get a shot away, will he? That is superb. That is a striker at the top of his game, demonstrated brilliantly by Hugo Ekitike at his brilliant best.
This is brilliant by Ekitike, absolutely brilliant.
Ekitike's touch finds Gakpo. He's got support here from Florian Wirtz, who finds Mo Salah. Wirtz, brilliant, expertly done, wonderfully created and finished superbly well by another man who's in a great vein of form. Florian Wirtz opens up a 2-goal advantage for Liverpool. So Szoboszlai again into the danger area, failed to hold it, did Pope, and Konate squeezed it home. Newcastle won a free kick, but Konate has his first Premier League goal of this season back in the side, and won't he enjoy that after the traumatic time.
Van Dijk with a dart, and it's headed in. This one gets past Thibaut Courtois, and it's Alexis McAllister who just met it, timed it, scored it. Liverpool front post. And Florian Wirtz find the target here. Gakpo was onside, I think. Isak! Premier League goal number 1. He's been there or thereabouts all afternoon, Alexander Isak. Gakpo. Oh, Robertson wasn't expecting that. They're coming together here. Szoboszlai as well. Joe Gomez. Gakpo has finished it. And just when Liverpool needed it, they have put this one to bed. And it's an away win that will feel equally as good.
Right back tonight, Jeremy Frimpong, but I guess we'll see him up there more often than not, if possession goes as we presume it will. This is Szoboszlai. Wow! What a hit that is! Running the show. McAllister next to him in that Liverpool midfield. Strong line-up named by in a slot tonight. Frimpong taking on off better, and it's another fabulous finish. Not quite as spectacular as the first, but not far off. Jeremy Frimpong has his first goal since August. Bland into Adam Phillips. He's continued his run. Trapped all the way though by Szoboszlai. He gains the applause as he scoots on in, but what's he done there? Barnsley back in it. Szoboszlai's trod on the ball. Maybe he's trying to flick it to the keeper or dummy or something. It goes. And Ekitike round the corner. That's more like it. That's an excellent Liverpool goal. And Wirtz finishes that one all right. The subs combining. Beautifully made and finished. And finally, Szoboszlai given time. And there's no flag here for Wirtz. He's got Ekitike in the middle. And Ekitike's got a goal on a plate. The 3-1 felt a little bit flattering. The 4-0.
Like to get the ball in. It's a lovely ball, and the header is down, and it's in this time. It's Alexis McAllister again for Liverpool. Would you believe it? Had one chalked off dramatically a minute ago, pops up in the right place at the right time, and Liverpool have nicked it right.
He's ready to go. Hugo Ekitike's flick. Van Dijk clawed away. But it's a goal. Into the ball. Ekitike. Second goal will give them quite the cushion. Wirtz makes it 2. Dominic Szoboszlai leaves it for Salah! One of the best! One of the very best! Led by Van Dijk. Oh, and Ekitike gets the touch. He's past Medina as well. Ugo Ekitike is 4. No, doing well. Wirtz. Medina once and twice. Szoboszlai though, left there in towards Ekitike, and McAllister has got to be another. Liverpool lead by 5 goals to 0. Currently lot level at 2-2 in their game with Sporting. Van Dijk's well up, and Chiesa's in. It's 6-0. Federico Chiesa.
Poor ball by Romero. Isak, lovely touch. Florian Wirtz. Here is the chance for Liverpool, and the goal for Liverpool is scored by Alexander Isak. Won the ball, scored the goal, but he's done so at. Here's Frimpong. Little touch. Here comes Ekitike. Oh, it's in! Ugo Ekitike's managed to sneak that one home. He's got up above the defender. It's another goal for Ugo Ekitike. 5 in 3 for him. 2 for Liverpool. Taken by Pedro Porro. There's a theatrical tumble, and then a touch inside the penalty area, and Richarlison has swept the ball home, and it was a goal that was a real shambolic effort, all in all, but Richarlison.
Ball by McCarthy, it's Isak! That's the moment they've been waiting for here. Goal number 1. Some corner. Endo nearly fell to Kwasi and touched home. Shea Charles puts it in the back of the net to level it up for Southampton. Defensive disarray from the home side, but Southampton. That's a lovely ball, and there's a chance to finish it. Ekitike. The Liverpool late show is on the road again. Chiesa to Ekitike. 2-1.
Advantage. There was a fairly agricultural challenge by Berger. Here's Engamoa. He's teasing them, and he's bent it into the far corner. A quite extraordinary moment from this young talent. A very special goal from a very special young player. Anfield rises to a claim for Florian Wirtz. Straight to Engamoa again, and he goes on. That's for Gakpo. That's Salah. That is Mohamed Salah. And on a day when maybe the torch is being passed from the Egyptian king to Rio Engamoa, he just reminds us.
It's just the way Wirtz goes down quite late.
Here we go, here we go.
Oh.
He's going to have a look, and from what we've seen, he'll be giving this as a penalty. Captain's called across first of all. It's going to be explained to them. And you can see Virgil van Dijk's reaction now in the cauldron of the San Siro. Is he up to the mark? Szoboszlai scores, and Liverpool lead late on in Milan.
The header is a good one by Diouf. Joe Gomez will jump. Ryan Gravenberch got a bang, but he still manages to move the ball on, and the strike is in! Liverpool score early, and Hugo Ekitike is the man on a mission to get Liverpool in front.
Well, I think this is just a prime example. If you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle, because he's got no right to score really from that sort of position. You have to say, I think that the goalkeeper Hermansen is totally unsighted. I mean, we've got to wait. I mean, like, such as the game, the way it is at this moment in time, we're never quite 100% sure whether they're at the goal.
Here come Liverpool again. Bit more flight from Szoboszlai, leads to a second Liverpool goal. Well, he nearly scored direct.
Get your biggest fella in there, the best header of the ball that you've got on your team, and you get a chance, you get an opportunity, and that's exactly how it...
Liverpool, Salah takes. This comes through to Ekitike. Oh, yes! Sweet as you like! Alexi McAllister on target for the second week running, and that's a hit and a half. Thought about swinging the ball in left-footed. There wasn't really anyone there for it. The cross comes now. Konate only half away. This is Summerall, brilliant ball, goal. Thomas Souček right at the start of the second half. Exactly what West Ham United wanted. The lasting Liverpool needed.
Well, they go to sleep. It's a poor header by Konate, and then he just anticipates it. Souček, ball goes wide.
Leicester takes up an intelligent position. Sharp feet by Ekitike. This is Cody Gakpo, and that's going to squeeze in. Big deflection, big goal for Liverpool, fourth goal for Liverpool. That should be curtains for West Ham.
Three of them there to make the block, if I'm right. Ball goes there. Well, there's a crowd of bodies he's got to go through. It's the save. Well,
there's the ball right across, and Alisson tries to claw it out, and he can't. And maybe, just maybe, this one isn't over for West Ham. They have a second goal. It's Valentin Castellanos who's going down without a scrap.
And as much as Alisson Becker.
Here's McAllister and Gakpo. But it's going to come to Jeremy Frimpong. Is this Liverpool's moment? It is! Frimpong's back with a bang. Liverpool have a fifth. And West Ham were completely carved apart by Liverpool. Nice return for Jeremy Frimpong.
I mean, this pass here, I don't think that should actually arrive to Frimpong. I don't think he should get there. And then he just tries to find, well, who's he trying to find? Is it...
The crowd upon Derby Day. Salah's ball, Gravenberch's run and scoop! Oh! That's dynamite from Ryan Gravenberch! What a ball by Salah! What a finish! Beautiful. Szoboszlai and McAllister exchanging passes. Ekitike, yes! Sumptuous Liverpool goal, carved out in midfield, and Hugo scores again, just as he seems to in every game he plays for Liverpool.
Well, if you thought the first goal was good, I mean the second one is...
Just the kind of game, much more advanced in this little period for Everton. Grealish again. Dangerous looking ball, Gay, yes for Everton. And you've almost sensed at the start of the second half that that's been building up for them. Super finish as well by Idrissa Gana Gueye.
Well, that's a great finish.
McAllister, challenged by Kostulas. Break for Kirkes. A brilliant cross and a superb finish by Curtis Jones. And the route to the opening goal is full-back to full-back. Gakpo. That's quite a ball for Salah. A beautiful touch and a chance for Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai to put the tie to bed, which Mo Salah does. And that is emphatic.
Well, they're appealing for handball. It's a penalty to Liverpool. Hannibal's hand was right out, and Liverpool are to be handed a late penalty and a chance to win the game at Turf Moor. Liverpool at the death once again. And once again, he is asked to win a football match for Liverpool. He's done it so many times before, and he's done it once again at Turf Moor. Well, they just keep on doing it, don't they? And they keep on sending those Liverpool fans into ecstasy. It's another late...
The wall looks well constructed. Salah goes low and dribbles through. Inside 4 minutes, Liverpool ahead. Mohamed Salah hit it low, hit it true.
Won all 4 Premier League matches inside the last 10 minutes of matches.
Up through the gears goes Salah, little touch through. Salah still going. Liverpool kept himself onside here. In towards Durant. There's some. Koke. Able to scoop it back. Barrios. Canate with the block. Llorente! It's happened again! This is beyond extraordinary. Szoboszlai sends it in.
That's Campbell with Salah, and Salah's beaten him to it. Richards with an important header, followed by McAllister. Isak! Goal! What an opportunist effort from Alexander Isak. That's what he's about. Getting down low to keep that one out. And here come Liverpool on the counter. It's Curtis Jones. Oh, it's a lovely ball. And it's a chance for Andrew Robertson. That's a beauty. That's the old Liverpool coming back. Andrew Robertson flying downfield. And it all starts with a big save from Freddie Woodman. Lovely, lovely goal and a lovely, lovely moment. The other end, it's Pino. That's towards Jorgen Strand Larsen. It'll break for Ismail Assar, and it's a fantastic stop by Freddie Woodman, who's hurt himself in the process. Crystal Palace have scored while Liverpool's goalkeeper is injured. Now this is a controversial moment.
Minutes of stoppage time.
That's towards McAllister, and Vince, that's it! Game, set, match, Liverpool. Florian Wirtz applies the killer touch with a cracker.
Well, after just...
And wide by Goetze. Christensen, oh, it's in! They have counter-attacked. Unfortunately, Liverpool, there was no one coming in, but now they're breaking with Ekitike. The former favourite knows this ground so well. Wow. And silences the fans that used to cheer him. Yes, dead ball situation, and they certainly have. And that includes Virgil van Dijk.
Szoboszlai with the outswinger. Oh, and it's a bullet this time from Konate. And suddenly, Liverpool are looking. And in goes Gakpo. And Liverpool bounce again. It's Szoboszlai's going to shoot this time and score. And it's 5. And Liverpool.
He's totally gets a good contact.
Here's Gakpo, lovely thread, here's Mohamed Salah! New Merseyside derby ground. Who had to be the first goal scorer here? You guessed it, Mohamed Salah for Liverpool.
Well, football, it's a funny old game, as somebody once said. And what a turnaround. Everton 2 minutes ago.
That's holding up nicely. Beautifully taken by Dewsbury Hall, and it's in. Well, it's a goal out of absolutely nothing. It looks the simplest goal Everton will score, but once again, Kylian Dewsbury Hall it was who broke Liverpool's rear guard down. And Beto's in a very good moment of goal. Delivery now, Van Dijk! Liverpool's captain comes to the ball and wins the first ever derby at the Hill Dickinson for Liverpool. Just when you need the biggest of characters, Liverpool's biggest character of all is the hero.
Well, not dissimilar to the first goal he ever scored.
Szoboszlai's hit! It is something very, very special!
Cyrus, corner, Osimhen, it's in! Mario Lemina heads Galatasaray in front in the 7th minute of the game. Corner is played low to Szoboszlai! Well, Roland Salah, Alistair through to Mohamed Salah and Ekitike!
The way they had them in the first half, my answer was yes.
Oh, here's Salah, great save, and Gravenberg! McAllister for Szoboszlai. Salah becomes the first African footballer to score 50 goals in the UEFA.
Saw a little earlier. Well, that's a poor ball, Salah! Yes! 250 Liverpool goals for Mohamed Salah, and it comes in the shape of a gift from Aston Villa and from Emiliano Martinez.
He's made a heck of a mistake there. I would go as far as to say.
Yes, he's looked like Mohamed Salah. Here's McAllister. Here is Ryan Gravenberg. It's opening up for Gravenberg! That's the goal they wanted, and it's been supplied by Ryan Gravenberg on his return from injury. Oh boy, did they want that second. Liverpool have won the ball here really high. Curtis Jones has it. That's a foul by Kylian. He's just kicked him to the ground. Play goes on. Liverpool have the ball, and the shot is hit, and it's in, And Ryan Gravenberch has scored for Liverpool. He didn't manage it at all last season. My oh my, he's got one early this year.
Well, the most unlikely of goal scorers from Liverpool's point of view.
A lot of pressure from Newcastle early on. They'd love to get themselves another goal very quickly at the start of the second half that would put them further clear. Ekitike's there and does! What a start to the second period for Liverpool! And Ugo Ekitike is at it again! He scored again!
Well, more or less
is the destroyer in there. A test of Liverpool defensively. Gravenberch wins it. Livramento. That's towards Guimaraes, who scores! Newcastle's captain steps forward for them and to breathe some life into the game for the 10 men.
Well, just what Liverpool didn't really want, as I said, like, if they were to...
As for Liverpool, started very early. That's long towards Burn, and it will break, and Asula is there and scores! Well, Newcastle look for a hero, and they find one in Will Asula to enable them to come from 2 down with only 10 men.
Well, I did mention both.
Bonate. Chiesa, Salah, lovely dummy, Engamoa! Boy wonder strikes for Liverpool to earn them 3 points at St James.
Yellow diamonds in the light.
Relentless game. Rodri now pops it over to Semenyo, headed away by Nkapia. Nunes gets to it, and now Cherki into the area. Ryan Cherki! He's a magician, I'll tell you. That is mesmeric. That is sensational. That is Ryan Cherki. You can. I mean, things like the Bernardo Silva challenge might get forgotten. Always, Donnarumma's lost the ball to Havertz, and it's gone in for the equaliser. Donnarumma's lost the ball to Kai Havertz, and it's slammed in off his leg and gone in the back of the net. A moment of genius here. O'Reilly comes scampering down the inside left. Wide it goes to Doku. Arsenal back into position. Doku on the inside finds O'Reilly. O'Reilly in towards Rodri. Haaland! City 2, Arsenal 1. Erling Haaland again. His record against Arsenal is superb. It's the 6th time he scored against the Gunners.
Big players.
The protective mask for over 4 years now, and Haaland's in here. Erling Haaland this time makes no mistake. Well, his first goal from open play since Christmas. Been a long wait, and that early miss would not have helped. Doku played onside by Sanchez. Still going. And it's 2, and Ryan Cherki has made the most of that chance.
Power on it, really. And City back into possession. Vardiol down the channel looking for Haaland. Haaland gets the better of Ayer, powers his way through. It's a shot in the net. All the qualities of Erling Haaland to the fore. Strength, determination, and of course the unerringly accurate finish. He has had the most stunning start to the season.
City looking to reach a 4th successive FA Cup final. They look to open the scoring here, and they do so with a low drive from an acute angle. Ryan Aït-Nouri's delivery. We will see if It took a touch on Cherky. This ball's brought across to the back post. It's turned in by Key. (2-0) to Manchester City, and they put this one almost beyond all doubt now. Marquez opens his account.
To Nico, onto O'Reilly. O'Reilly and Foden and Doku. Doku in the left wing position, hits it in low. Haaland, 1-0. He didn't get it earlier. He does do now. 1-0 City. 100 Premier League goals for Erling Haaland. A quite breathtaking piece of finishing from one of the most deadly strikers.
I think Pep will be really pleased.
This Haaland holds off Anderson, plays it beautifully. Reinders in the middle. Reinders, 2-0 City. Haaland with the assist. Reinders with one of those runs that he showed us so many times in the Wolves game, and to be fair, he's made a few times since. Punched away strangely. Foden on the edge, hits the shot in. Phil Foden, you little beauty. That is a brilliant goal. He's got a smile as big as the Thames that's just to the left of this ground, and the Blues lead by 3. He's in a crossing position, hits it in low, header in from Smith Rowe, and Fulham are back in the game, and they do get the goal in stoppage time, and suddenly City aren't 3 in front. It was a lovely stooping header by Smith Rowe. Now Reinders and up to Doku. Doku up against Castagna, his international colleague. Doku down the left side, and outside of him is Reinders. Goes to Haaland, he reaches Foden, and Foden makes it 4-1. It was intended for Haaland, but Haaland couldn't reach it. It went to the right foot of Phil Foden, and Phil Foden tucks it into the corner, right in the area where the City fans. Back to Doku down the left wing. Doku into O'Reilly, just behind him, cleared by Bassi, and Fulham lose it to Doku. Doku into the penalty area, hits the shot, deflects in. Doku hit it. It took a deflection, span beyond the goalkeeper. I'm sure it'll be given as Doku's goal. And City now have 5. Fulham 1, City 5. Jeremy Doku. The City penalty area. Iwobi on the edge, hits the shot. 5-2. It's a goal fest. Iwobi's just placed it into the corner, and maybe this game is not done yet. City 5, Fulham 2. What a match we're having. Looking up, trying to play the right ball. Ball goes on to Smith Rowe and on to Castagna. Cross comes in, Bernardo Silva's in the way, and the shot goes in from Chukwueze. It's 5-3. He's looked dangerous since he's come on, and he's now made this game even more nervy. Donnarumma punches it away, and then back in by Chukwueze. 5-4. 5-4 at Craven Cottage. This game is absolutely extraordinary, and the City fans who thought the game was
a lot over the last year or so. It's a changing scenario for Manchester City. Rodri, Foden, Haaland, brilliantly done. Needed the elevation, and he gets to 50 Champions League goals in 49 appearances with the kind of... O'Reilly. Reinders. A lovely change of direction by Doku. He could go all the way here. He has. Well, that was down to his speed, his initiative, and a wearying defensive line.
Nico onto Foden in the middle third. Foden, good ball. O'Reilly in a bit of space down the inside left. Little clip ball. Haaland's header. City are in front. A stunning goal. Wonderful from Nico O'Reilly, and Haaland's first clear-cut chance. And in the form that he is in, he wasn't going to miss it. He plants his header beyond Pickford and won. Ball down the right with Oscar Bob, who's come onto the right side. Savinho switched sides. Foden now. Little ball into this near side to Savinho. Savinho up against O'Brien. Goes back inside. Haaland hits it. 2-0 City. Savinho the assist. Haaland the inside step, and on it goes. And actually, I wasn't sure how it went through Pickford, but it...
1-2 here, and it's a powerful low drive from Foden, who is in rich scoring form this season. He drills it low, and just before the 20-minute mark is out, Foden opens the scoring. It's played into the box. For the strike ricochets back. Still might be on here for Foden. He tries to tee up Savinho. Savinho with a heavy first touch, but he finds the net with the subsequent strike. In off the crossbar. Goalkeeper got a touch on it seems, but it was a powerful, powerful drive from Savinho.
Plenty of West Ham players back, so City have to go backwards to Nico. Nico plays it in nicely. Foden plays it in. Haaland! Good save. Haaland again. 1-0 City. Ball into the box. Haaland hit the shot. Saved by Areola. He smashed in the rebound. He's embarked on the robot celebration, and he isn't by probably Toddy, but picked up by Matheus Fernandes, who runs into Cherki. Cherki on the edge of the area, plays it into Haaland. Haaland to Reinders. Reinders 2-0. Really well worked that by City. Cherki to Haaland. Haaland to Reinders, and Reinders hit it into the roof of the net above Areola. And inside to Lewis. Lewis on to Haaland. Haaland will get there. City 3, West Ham 0. And after West Ham have come so close to making it 2-1, it is City who get the game's third goal. And surely the game is now.
Savinho, nice looking ball, little reverse ball, Haaland's there, and Erling Haaland scores for Manchester City. It's a great little reverse ball from Rico Lewis to find him, and Haaland smashes it into the back of the Villarreal net. It's Savinho, 5 others in the Villarreal box, free header, 2-0. Savinho onto the head of Bernardo Silva, who plants it in the corner of the net. Manchester City have doubled their lead. A goal
created so far. Bernardo Silva, can he change things? Back on the inside to Nunes, on to Foden. Little back heel, Semenyo! Oh, that is an absolutely stunning goal. Phil Foden has probably played one of the best assists you'll see all season, because he's just done a little flick into the path of Gvardiol. Gvardiol coming forward, down the left, looks for the pass in towards Foden. Foden controls, Marmoush on the turn, in! Omar Marmoush makes it City 2, Crystal Palace 0. And after stubborn resistance appeared to be thwarting City, they've now scored twice in about 6 or 7 minutes. Well, City are coming forward now with Cherki. Cherki getting towards the edge of the area, still with Cherki. On it goes, great ball, Savinho, 3-0. Brilliant goal. Cherki's not been on long either, but he does what Cherki does. He gets towards the edge of the area, slips in a teammate, and Savinho puts it into the back of the net.
Doku slides it in and put home by Antoine Semenyo. He scored on his debut in the FA Cup. He's done it again in the Carabao Cup. Semenyo for City, 1-0.
Another outstanding game this evening. This is brilliantly weaved by Manchester City into a Nuri and swept home by Ryan Cherki. In the dying seconds at St James's Park, Manchester City dish out a serious blow to the holders.
It goes to Ake. Marmoush and Reinders, and Marmoush comes forward, a real chance for Marmoush, great tackle, but it's gone in anyway. Well, there was a terrific tackle by Byrne, but he hit it straight onto Marmoush, and the ball looped over Ramsdale and into the back of the net. Well, Marmoush's goal, but Byrne couldn't have been much more unlucky there, Andy.
No, it's really fortunate, Ali, but I want to talk about
Reinders, and Reinders is scampering, and City are coming to the edge of the area, and Reinders helps it on to Semenyo, and Semenyo's across the face of the goal, and it's almost an own goal, and then Marmoush turns it in. Well, his only City hat-trick was against Newcastle. He's 2/3 the way to another one. Reinders, and he's going again, Reinders, and look at him go, Reinders, down the middle, and Newcastle, well, they've not got enough cover, and Semenyo can go on. Oh, great tackle, and then three, turned in by Reinders. Well, Newcastle were all over the place. Why was there such a gap there? Reinders just ran down the middle. It's to Thiaw back to Elanga. Elanga attacking down the right. Good play by Elanga. Into the area goes Elanga. Hits the shot into the net. That is a super goal from Anthony Elanga. It's his first for Newcastle.
once he goes there now you're in trouble.
Inside their own half, Gay pops it forward up towards Doku. Doku can stride away and into the path of Haaland, and Haaland is through on goal. He's a bit wide. Haaland, little dink, and he scores. And City are in front. We've barely completed 5 minutes. Erling Haaland has barely touched the ball. But when you're a goal machine, it really doesn't matter. You're well oiled, and you just wait for those kind of moments, and you put City. Doku wide on the left. Can he come inside? He does do. Plays it back to Cherki again. Cherki plays it into Diaz, who might shoot here, and he does! Oh! That's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. It is an absolute pile driver from Ruben Diaz. City 1, Sunderland 0. The most improbable of scorers, the most improbable of goals. He's not going to be allowed to. Oh, Guardiola! The two centre-halves have scored. Foden's delivery, Guardiola's header, and in the space of 4 minutes, the two centre-halves have given City a 2-0 lead. Diaz with the first, Guardiola with the second. If this is the right, then go either way. Bernardo Silva has it, and on to Cherki. Cherki to the edge of the penalty area. Cherki into the area, still with Ryan Cherki. Little clip in, header, 3-0. Cherki's just done a Rabona cross with the outside of his back foot, and it's turned in by Foden for 3-0. Well, sometimes you sit back and enjoy. Mamardashvili saved Haaland's penalty, but of course Haaland then scored the vital penalty that beat Liverpool and Anfield. This time, Haaland comes out on top. It's City 1, Liverpool 0, and Erling Haaland, who scored at Anfield to give City the win and complete the double in the Premier League, sends Mamardashvili the wrong way, and in the... Nunes, well, he can attack here if he wants to. On it goes to Cherki. Cherki can get into the area, plays it into Semenyo. Little clip in, Haaland's header, City 2, Liverpool 0. A goal of the finest quality. And right on half-time, City have a 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, that was a touch of class. Nunes plays the ball to Cherki.
Here is Cherki. Cherki taps it into Semenyo. Semenyo, 3-0. Well, Cherki didn't get an assist for the second goal. He sure does have one for the third. And Liverpool are 3 in arrears, and the Blues are dreaming of it. It's with Doku. Konate comes across with it. Doku can maybe take him on here. Slips it through. O'Reilly, good position. Across the face of the goal. Erling Haaland hat-trick. City 4, Liverpool 0. Give the match ball to Erling Haaland, and let's see City in another semi-final. The game is done.
That's just too good.
On it goes to Ait Nouri. 20 seconds to go in this first half. Cherki trying to get the ball into Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri round the outside, turned in. Antoine Semenyo. right on the cusp of half-time. Lovely move by City. They've been on top for the last 10 minutes. A ball into the channel for Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri squared. Doku now in the left wing position. Little ball inside. Doku gets back to it. Doku shooting position! Oh, Jeremy! You keep on doing it. You keep on scoring precious goals. And you've lit up the edge. Semenyo can attack Lewis Potter. Comes back on the outside. Semenyo, good ball. Nice ball. Dangerous. Haaland can't get there. Haaland again! 2-0! Improvisation from Erling Haaland.
Lewis Potter's left one-on-one. Semenyo drives right to the byline. Haaland's first attempt.
Now in towards Marmoush. Marmoush 3-0. Haaland to Marmoush. Marmoush with a slide rule finish. Vidal hits a ball down the right side and an opportunity to attack down that side with Key. Key gets into the penalty area and the chance is on for the bending shot and it's gone in. It's turned in by Gonzalo Franco and Swansea have scored.
Brilliant finish. I mean, I think
Ait Nouri, ball over the top to Doku. Doku should get there before it gets to the byline. Doku now on that byline, comes back inside Doku and then hits a low shot which deflects in. It's an own goal. Well, actually it might end up being Doku's because he hit it on target, but either way, after being booed for the first 39 minutes of the game, Doku enjoys the fact. Penalty area, tries to work something with Marmoush. Now Oscar Bob on the edge of the area and now Nico. It's getting frustrating. Marmoush now, can he get away through? Oh, you bet he can. It seemed an impossible angle, but he smashed it into the roof of the net. He was almost at the byline as he did it, and at last, right, Gvardiol plays it down the middle and there's a real chance and Cherki puts it into the back of the net. And a game that Cherki has probably been the eye-catching performer. It is Cherki who puts the gloss on the to Matheus Nunes, who gets to the final third. Bernardo Silva plays it back to him. He's in the area. The cross comes in, and City have scored already. And Phil Foden off his knee puts City 1 up already. It was just a lovely exchange of passes, and Bernardo Silva guided it into Matheus Nunes. The Reinders whips it in beautifully, and O'Reilly's almost there, and it's turned over the line by Gvardiol. It's his first goal of the season, and City lead 2-0. And the reason that they packed the area and crowd round the goal. Get there with Matheus Nunes in front of MATCHS, plays it into Foden. Oh, he's given it away, and now Tanaka and through to Calvert-Lewin, and City have won it back and then scored by Calvert-Lewin. City have made a mess of that clearance. They believe there should have been an offside in the build-up. MATCHS steps up and saved, and the rebound's in. The rebound's in, saved by Donnarumma, straight to MATCHS, who tucks in the rebound, and it is 2-2. Matheus Nunes out wide, ball into Cherki. Cherki now, little ball in. Foden, oh, he lost control of it. Then he shoots and scores! Phil Foden! If you're gonna make a go at winning the Premier League title, you've got to find winners in stoppage time. And off onto Rodri and onto Doku. Doku very central actually, keeps on coming. Good run from Doku, and then the second ball, and the header's in! Phil Foden! He's got this magnificent scoring record against Manchester United, and he's done so again. Doku sensational, lovely little ball. O'Reilly to Foden, Foden back to O'Reilly, back to Foden again. On towards Doku, Doku on towards Haaland, Haaland in the penalty area! City 2, United 0! Erling Haaland scoops it over the top of the advancing Bayern, and the Blues have a firm grip on the derby. City have needed Donnarumma at his best as Haaland gets to this one-on-one, and he's through, and he's got a chance to make it 3-0. Can he tuck it in? You bet he can. City 3, United 0. Haaland's run from halfway and put the derby out of United's reach, unless, of course, he's offside.
No, I think the timing of the ball is...
Now he can get into the penalty area. Little dab ball to the far side. Ake heads it back. Haaland nudges it on. Kuzanov helps it into the box. Elaine looks for it, and it's off the line, and it's crossed, and City have scored. And Max Elaine gets his first professional goal.
I just saying it looks a little bit scrappy, but he just...
Rodri, about 30 metres from goal, just getting forward, plays it to Semenyo. Semenyo tries the shot, it was blocked. Rodri tries the shot, and it's in! Rodri scores his first goal since that lengthy injury. West Ham United in May 2024 was the last time. Up towards the goalkeeper. Oh, it's gone over the line.
I think it's an own goal. I think it's very scrappy. I'm not sure if it comes off in hand, then off the leg, and then into the back of the net.
Ake and Rodri. Rodri's first goal in about 20 months. Now, Reinders to the byline. Did he keep it in play? Yes, he did. Reinders wouldn't give it up. He got to the byline. He beat the ball from crossing over that byline, put it back inside, and the Blues lead 4-0.
I thought he'd missed his opportunity to get a
return ball from Reinders. Semenyo's cross is dangerous, and City have a fifth. 5-0. And it was turned into the back of the net by Rico Lewis, and City now lead 5-0, and Rico Lewis. Cherki, lovely skills from Cherki, and the ball into the gap for Semenyo, and Semenyo can go, and he's all the way through, and Antoine Semenyo, you are most welcome to Manchester. City 6, Exeter 0, Antoine Semenyo on his debut. Doku lays it back, shooting opportunity in. Reinders 7. Tijani Reinders just bent it into the corner.
Hits it perfectly. Goalkeeper got no chance.
O'Reilly heads in, and another goal for City. Nico O'Reilly's just made it 8-0, a cross into the area, and O'Reilly, who was certainly one of City's talisman in their FA Cup run. The last 6 teams they've met for the very first time, they've won all the games, which is nice in itself, and they've scored, at the moment, 31 goals against them, 32. And that's now 32, and Ryan McAdoo gets his first goal as a City player. It was played to McAdoo on the edge of the area, and he thumped it into the back of the net. Just yet. Exeter want a goal, and they've got one. They've got a goal. Thumped into the roof of the net at the end where the Exeter supporters are by George Birch. So it's 9-1. Doku comes back on the inside, plays it into the gap, might get the return. City looking for a 10th. Doku can't quite get there, and he might fall, and he does! It is 10-1! It is history repeating itself. Nunes, cross comes in, up goes Haaland, and City have scored. It's the first time they put a cross into the box. They haven't done it throughout the first 40 minutes. Then they decide to, and Haaland, well, they may be very good, those 3 Crystal Palace centre halves, but they were nowhere near the big man. Forward to Nketiah, Haaland wins it back. Matthias Nunes, now Cherki down the middle, good run from Cherki, on it goes to Foden, shooting position, and Phil Foden tucks it into the corner. Cherki with the run down the middle, Foden on the edge of the D, and a sort of pass round the goalkeeper into the back of the net, and City reads in, steps up, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. It's his second of the afternoon, his third to make it 3-0, and City now have 3 points here at Selhurst Park, And if you're an Arsenal... To Nico looks up, finds a lot of Bournemouth players in front of him. Then Shauki nudges it on, and Haaland's through on goal here. Haaland keeps on going. Can he find the finish? You bet he can. City 1, Bournemouth 0. A headed through ball by Shauki, and Haaland ran from the halfway line. He's been working on a brand new celebration. Area, Donnarumma got a punch on it, and it's been turned in. And it's Adams who's helped it over the line, and Bournemouth are level. Donnarumma came for it, punched it away. He felt he was impeded, but it's been turned in for the equaliser. And I said that City will hang at City whenever they have the chance. Yeah. Diaz through to Foden's. On it goes towards Haaland. Haaland now through on goal. Can he make it 2-1? He's gone round Petrovic. He scores again! And I think it was another Shauki assist.
You've got it, Ali. A brilliant Shauki pass, picking out the run of Erling Haaland. He shows pace, he shows composure to take...
City 2, Bournemouth 1. Goals in the first half. The ball is in Foden's possession. Foden pokes it on. O'Reilly's got it now on the edge of the D. O'Reilly, can he get a shot in? He does! City 3, Bournemouth 1. Nico O'Reilly's just slammed the ball. A daisy cutter beyond the goalkeeper into the side of the net.
MATCHS able to turn! It only takes one moment! A glorious goal from Falling. Doku hasn't come inside a lot, but he lets one go, and a deflection takes it in! Well, it was either going to take something special or something lucky, and it's the latter. Doku. Gonzalez has got a bit of room here. Oh, it's fantastic! The treble dream under threat moments ago, but it is very much...
Semenyo back to Shauki. Can't help but think that a cross into the area might just favour Haaland. O'Reilly will score. It was towards Haaland, but O'Reilly got there. No one was living with him, and City lead. And once again, the man of the moment, the man that brought the Carabao Cup back. Still with Doku, on to Shauki. Shauki gets away, still Shauki. Well, he created an angle through to Mark Guéhi. 2-0! Ryan Shauki's opened Chelsea up. And the man who was a Chelsea boy, who was part of their setup, but never found a home here, has found a home at the Etihad Stadium. Taking position, Semenyo hits it low, but it's too close to Sanchez. So we're at the midpoint of the second half. City lead 2-0, they've won it back. Doku all the way, 3-0. Doku won it back off Caicedo as Chelsea played out from the back. He accelerated away and stabbed it beyond Sanchez, and all of a sudden...
Signs that Manchester City are just starting to warm to their task. Foden finding a pocket of space. Oh, that's lovely! Vintage Phil Foden. What a classy finish from the Manchester City man to give them the lead. Manchester City. Enough hand on it. Doku comes. And Haaland! The celebration maybe. Reinders into Foden. Lovely quick feed from Foden. And another sumptuous strike from Phil Foden. What a lovely ball that is!
The box as well.
Good run here and a fabulous finish, and that will take care of business.
Gay comes forward, on it goes to Rodri. Rodri, that ball in towards Nunes in the right wing position. Nunes cross, Haaland jumps, it might break for Semenyo! Semenyo taps it in from in front of Ben Leno. It's really the only chance that Semenyo's had so far, and he snaffles it.
Yeah, really good.
Ball to Haaland. Haaland, he's taken out by Anderson. Bookable offence, but City are going on. Semenyo now can attack now. Into the area goes Semenyo, into O'Reilly. 2-0 City. Stunning goal. Brilliant play. Should be a yellow card for Anderson because he took out Haaland, but good refereeing. He played the advantage. The ball played forward, and Nico O'Reilly makes it 2-0 to City.
Yeah.
Nouri makes a good tackle, emerges forward, plays it into Foden, Foden to Haaland, Haaland looking for the angle, 3-0! Foden with the assist, Haaland with the side rule finish, City 3, Fulham 0.
It was brilliant from Mike Nouri initially, he dinked the ball over Sanderberg.
Push for the cheeks, he runs in, he hits it, and it's gone in! Szoboszlai has just put Liverpool in front, and Arsenal supporters are cheering as loudly as those in the Kop. Right wing position, Nunes. Now Rodri. Now Cherki. Deflection, Haaland nudges it on and it's in! Bernardo Silva on the stretch! Haaland glanced it on! Bernardo Silva slid underneath Alisson! And City are back in the game! As long as VAR... Haaland, what are you made of? Sugar and spice and everything nice! City 2, Liverpool 1! A turnaround that says to Arsenal, you think you've won this Premier League title? Casa takes the corner, headed away to the edge of the area. Shooting position and Cherki! Oh yes! Yes, yes, yes! Ryan Cherki! We know what a very, very special talent we have here. And he's just scored an absolute... to Reinders, and Reinders plays it into Savinho, and Savinho can dart forward down the left wing. And here he goes, Savinho, taking on, beating his man, deflection, in! It looped up into the air, off the deflection, goes behind the goalkeeper. It's an own goal, or is it a Savinho goal? It might well be given to Savinho. Wide it goes to O'Reilly. O'Reilly in the left wing spot, plays it back to Gvardiol. Gvardiol onto the edge with Cherki. Cherki onto Nico. Oh, that's a fabulous goal by Reinders. Reinders has tucked it in right in front of the City fans. Lovely play by the Blues. Reinders just got beyond Forest's back line. Now Forest can get at City down this near side. Ball inside was a good one to Gibbs White. City backpedaling here into the box to Igor Jesus. He clips in a ball. Must be an equaliser. It is by Hutchinson. City 1, Forest 1. Hutchinson with the goal.
Well, we watch Man City's goal with the reverse passes.
Very deep. Gvardiol heads it back. Shots on. Cherki! Ryan Cherki! A header back by Gvardiol, and Cherki drills it into the corner of the net. There's Bedlam. Haaland again. Haaland still some distance from goal. Plays it out wide to Doku. Doku up against Walker. Still with Doku. Nice feet from Doku, but going all the way through and then turned in by Foden. All the way through Doku. Parried by Dubravka. Turned in on the rebound by Foden. Well, Doku with the fancy footwork got into the box. Somehow it bounced into his possession. He drove.
Pep's found him a spot there at left back and is good defensively threat going forward as well.
But at the moment, he'll have more defending to do because Burnley had the ball and they've scored. The ball went into the box and it was turned in via a deflection by Anthony, and it's 1-1 at the Etihad. Well, that's in the wide left position. Tries to get beyond Walker, plays it in low. Foden has it. Foden turning away from goal. Gvardiol clips it in. Up goes Haaland, can't quite get to it. And it's a brilliant finish by Matheus Nunes. Haaland nodded it back into play, and Matheus Nunes hit the volley. Dubravka got a piece of it, but the pace to Nico. Nico in the middle third, but just into the final third goes Doku, and on it goes to Foden, and out wide it goes. First time ball, and Oscar Bob with the instep from a Matheus Nunes layoff puts it into the back of the net, and City have a 2-goal lead. Lovely finish from Oscar Bob. Beautiful. Very much so. Here's Rico Lewis, who came on earlier for Nico O'Reilly. On it goes to Doku. Doku to the edge of the area. Still Doku. Little cross in. Haaland! There's the goal. There's Erling Haaland's goal. No Norwegian has scored more Premier League goals than Erling Haaland. He's taken over from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he makes City, who are delighted. Maybe they've just come from Belgium, or maybe they're just City fans. Oh, and now Haaland's through on goal. He must score. He must make it 5. He does. Another terrible Burnley error. Absolutely shocking at the back from Burnley. All their good work has completely collapsed. They've gifted Haaland the ball on the edge of their own area. Halfway, Reinders tries to dispossess him. Tonali into the gap, and Barnes into the penalty area, and City are exposed here, and Barnes has scored, and whether or not it stands depends on VAR, but at the moment it's Newcastle 1, City 0. Harvey Barnes. City coming again down the left with Doku on the edge of the area. To get into the box, hits it in low. Oh, and it's gone in off Savinho, and he knew nothing about it. The cross came in low, and it hit the shin of Savinho and went over the line. Well, if you can score a goal accidentally, Savinho's just done it. Beautiful. On it goes to Nico. Nico, nice ball. Plays into Nunes. Now Savinho. Savinho into the penalty area. On to Nunes, and oh, it must be for Marmoush. Omar Marmoush. City began the second half exactly the same way they ended the first, attacking Newcastle. They had them the ascendancy, and Marmoush. Newcastle are going to get chances as this game goes on. City can get chances as well though, and here they come again. Edge of the area, Marmoush hits the shot, and City are 3-1 up. If you asked Omar Marmoush who the favourite team he likes to play against in England, his answer would be instant. I love facing Newcastle. Newcastle's nemesis, Omar Marmoush. This strike.
Matheus Nunes towards Haaland. Deadly. Simply deadly with that broad forehead of his 99th Premier League goal. Gonzalez lining it up, deflected it in. And Manchester City have got lucky. Doku. Oh, he hit that beautifully. He is having a day of days.
Say if they're summer recruits. Bellingham into Rodrigo. Potential here. More than that. There's the breakthrough. A fair amount of joy from corners recently. There's quite a lot going on in there. Courtois has to shovel it away, but O'Reilly puts it in. His first visit to the Bernabeu is capped with a goal. Fully in City's favour. And he's up to the challenge. Erling Haaland completes the turnaround.
Now Haaland, bit of menace now from Manchester City. Bernardo Silva for Haaland, Semenyo! Oh, what a finish that is! A wonderful moment for Antoine Semenyo.
He wins the header, Haaland glances it on, Marmoush emerges with it, going down the middle, Marmoush, still going Marmoush, on towards O'Reilly, shooting position, and City lead by 1-0. Nico O'Reilly has just thumped it into the corner of the net. City's brilliant start, rewarded with a goal. Nico O'Reilly, 1-0. It's the edge of the area, shot from Hall in a crowd, in. Hall hit it. I think it took a deflection and it's 1-1.
I mean, we said they've got some decent routines. I think they've been a little bit fortunate with that one. Donnarumma
Menu comes back away from Voltemar. In it goes to Haaland. Haaland in the area. Little clip to the far. O'Reilly! 2-1! Haaland with the assist. O'Reilly with the header. City 2, Newcastle 1. The Blues back in front. Nico O'Reilly, 2/3 the way to a hat-trick.
But the fact that he was where he was is quite telling. Shirky, oh, and he didn't get a hold of it! And O'Reilly pounces! Well, City's grip tightens as the goalkeeper's failed him. Well, it's been coming, hasn't it, for Manchester? Tess Nunes. And O'Reilly's there again! Sheer delight for Manchester City! Arsenal sent tottering to the canvas!
Yellow diamonds in the light.
Oh, it's a cute ball inside. Oh, that's a brilliant goal. Guess who's got it? Kylian Mbappe. It can be so dangerous on transition, Real. That was beautifully done, wasn't it? Arda with the pass. This is Junior and Mbappe. Just like that, it's 2-0. Another goal for Kylian Mbappe. It's still alive for him. And it's a fabulous goal from the Stantuano. Oh, the giveaway. Very dangerous against this Real side. Vinicius Junior. Oh, it's an own goal. Tilo Kehrer. They have nicked it. Vinicius Junior. He'll surely take it on himself. Oh, what a finish! Breathtaking. Well, he's made 3 of them. Oh, that's a terrible giveaway. Taser! A gift. What a horrible goal to concede for Real Madrid. Kehrer to clear, but he hasn't cleared. Here's Bellingham! Round the goalkeeper! And there's number 6. It's another superbly...
They can't clear their lines. It's one back. Vinicius. Oh, he's found the back of the net. Vinicius Junior with a brilliant improvised finish. And it had been coming. Takes it in his stride. Mastantuono with his right foot. And a thunderous finish. Space here for Ivan Romero. And Ola Sagasti is completely unmarked. And there is Young. And Kylian Mbappe chips it down the middle for his 6th league goal of the season. The 2-goal lead is re-established for Real Madrid. Arriaga will hold that thought as Mbappe is through. And Mbappe makes it 4. Game over now. Real Madrid rack up. Mbappe, calmly done by Kylian Mbappe to give Real Madrid the lead. Sent Manny Ryan. From Gula again towards Asensio. Huge header from Real Madrid's young centre-back. That is what they needed. A second goal. For the second home game in a row, Raúl Asensio scores.
Going to just sit and wait and be deep and be defensive. Tchouaméni again with the opportunity, and this time it is into the back of the net. Tchouaméni opens the scoring for Real Madrid. That's his first goal in La Liga since April 2024. He has scored in other competitions. Patted on the head by his teammates. A bright start from that change of style and philosophy. There was a real sense of irritation and boredom and frustration under Benitez.
Svedberg's got in front of Trent Alexander-Arnold. The cross comes into Borca and Celta have equalised. Well, it was Borca to Svedberg, if I remember correctly, back in December for at least one of the Celta goals. The favour is returned tonight. Trent Alexander just rolls it back to him on the edge of the area. He finds Tchouaméni. Out it goes to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Madrid pushing in the dying minutes of this game. The cross comes in. Out to Fede Valverde. The shot takes a deflection, ends up in the back of the net. The Celta Vigo players sink to the turf. Real Madrid have taken the lead. 4 minutes into added time. Fede Valverde with the goal.
A little alarmed. Oh, look at this. There's alarm here for Real Madrid. Mason Greenwood's done really well. He's got support from Weah! Real Madrid level. Job done. Dispatched. His 14 will bring up a half century for Real Madrid. And he's got it. In a dangerous position, Mbappe makes the shot. Mbappe scores the goal. Well, when he got into that position, you knew what was about to happen.
So there's new energy for the attacking forwards of Alaves.
All over the top, it's brought down by Carlos Vicente, who's just come on. The flag has gone up. It was a terrific control from the number 7. Great finishes.
I think you'll agree with me. There is a plan. There's a clear plan.
Here's Vinicius getting beyond his man into the box, and there is the goal that gives Real Madrid the lead in a game they simply had to win. Rodrigo finding the back of the net for the second time.
5 shots on target.
It was inevitable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At some stage it felt the goal was coming. And it does come. No mistake. Kylian Mbappe. Space on the left again. Güler. Mbappe. Thought he was going to control the ball. He ended up volleying. And he's scoring. The difference between the two teams on the field of play. You can't argue with that scoreline. It's been one-way traffic.
Everybody are determined to actually stop it.
Looking to guide that ball into the bottom corner. That's with a powerful shot. Wow! Well, where did that come from?
2 weeks ago. Mbappe scores this one. Emphatic emphatically put away by Kylian. Defence here as Mbappe streaks through and clips the ball over Calmerza. Clinical. Rodrigo glides through the challenges. There's Mbappe! There's the hat-trick. He's beaten Sorokin. It's Camavinga, and it's 4. Bellingham helping it on for Gonzalo Garcia. Now it's Brahim Diaz, and Madrid have 5.
Bellingham. What a pass that is to find Kylian Mbappe, who's through on goal. Mbappe!
Again, I think it's close. You can see Liverpool's going to have to get it back in the game for them.
Very long there. It's fallen to Marcus Rashford, who pulls it back to Fermin, who makes absolutely no mistake.
He's a brilliant football flicker.
Gets his head down. Gets past Koundé. Militao with a header, and Bellingham all on his own in the 6-yard area scores.
Better defense.
As Trent switches play, finds Kylian Mbappe. Great first touch from him. He's coming to the left, still Mbappe! Well, he's in red-hot form, and he's done it again. I was mentioning a suggestion of Mbappe dependence. Well, it's now 24 out of Real Madrid's 42 goals this season, and they take an early lead. Incroyables. Bellingham on the turn. Trent chips it to the far post. Mbappe's header, and Camavinga finishes off a great team move from Real Madrid. It's 2-0. Camavinga. He lost it out wide towards Carreras. Mbappe dropping deep, looks up, shoots, and somehow finds a way past Unai Simon. Well, I think he'd received a bit of an earful from the San Mamés fans and gave it back in one way or another with that.
Serried ranks of Juventus defending. Vinicius wriggles, gets a shot away off the post, and surely it might be Bellingham. The deadlock is finally broken. A moment of inspiration from Vinicius Junior. Bit of class, bit of talent, bit of skill, bit of magic. 1-0.
Question in a game as tight as this, whether Mbappe should be listed.
Tramini won the ball back. Here's Mbappe. Oh, what a finish that is from Kylian Mbappe. So clinical from the Frenchman to give Real Madrid the lead. The hosts are not happy.
They've been walking around this pitch for 20 minutes now.
Here's Vinicius winning possession back. He's got Mbappe to his left, and Mbappe finishes it off. The goal made by Vinicius Junior, finished off by Kylian Mbappe. A tremendous bit of play. The ball given away by Raheem. And here is Brahim. And here is Vinicius. And Vinicius finishes it off. Cool as you like. It was a swift break from Real Madrid, and Vinicius
do that. 12 million from Osasuna, and maybe the first year, maybe he'll settle into.
That's a great ball from Carvajal, and Gonzalo opens the scoring. Well, if De La Fuente is watching, that'll be one to make a note of in his notebook. Gonzalo puts Real Madrid ahead in the 12th. Atmosphere in the dressing room between the Barca and Madrid players. Hang on a second. 2-0. Jude Bellingham produces a lovely finish to looking for Iñaki Williams, who should get there. He's only got Guruceta in the middle. And Guruceta whacks that one into the back of the net. When I thought Iñaki had wasted that one, puts it into Guruceta, and slight lack of marking there from Real Madrid this time. Gorka Guruceta's got that balance, hasn't he, when he turns. Pitach, Carreras, and again Mbappe gets his goal. If you allow him to receive and turn, he is going to make you suffer. Kylian Mbappe scores goals number 25 for the season. 3-1 to Real Madrid.
Classic.
Again, looks from Mbappe, found an inch of space there behind Dani Vivian. Oh, and that's lovely. That is really, really well worked for Brahim. Lovely. Just 2 minutes, I think we heard. Yeah, just 2 minutes of injury time here. Iñaki looks to curl it to the far post, and Urko Iseta scores. Played over 800 minutes, is going to struggle to get in. Here's Thiago. And that is a lovely finish, Vinicius Junior. Well, we haven't seen a great deal of Real Madrid in the first 15 minutes, but as you know, you don't really need to see a lot of them for them to take the lead. Quality.
It's a great challenge. Play on, says the referee. Here is Vinicius Junior. Ryan Diaz up ahead of him. Vinicius twisting and turning. Can he get the shot away? Yes, he can. What a way for Vinicius Junior to break his goal drought in La Liga. The first goal for Vini Junior. Alvaro finds him, and Jorge de Frutos. Brilliantly worked goal from Rayo Vallecano. Jorge de Frutos with a thumping finish, and Rayo at the start of this set against Batalla. Mbappe, and he puts it home in the 100th minute.
World Cup winner with Spain. Yes, Mbappe, World Cup winner himself, finding Vinicius Junior. Oh, that is magnificent. Top corner, top draw, top class from Vinicius Junior. Pavlidis across, and Courtois makes the save first time, but not second. Rafa Silva is in the right place for Benfica, and they've levelled the tie. Arda Güler, pulled back for Tchouaméni. Magnificent.
Go into him as much as it was maybe in that first half.
Now they have to find that extra bit of attacking gear and guard against this. It's Vinicius Junior, and he scored. He was always going to tonight, wasn't he? This time the celebrations are all about the smile.
He actually had raised his arm, hit the face of Vinicius, and right.
Oh, and now Kylian Mbappe is through, and it's a dire couple of minutes for Getafe. Lyon pick picks up a red card, and in the following move, Kylian Mbappe scores the opening goal for Real Madrid, and it seems like it's going to be a very...
To Vinicius, who keeps it in play. Skips past Mourinho, and it's deflected in. To Vinicius, stepping up, and it's just about squeezed home. Here's Mikatautze with the shot. Terrific goal from George Mikatautze. Just when it looked like Real Madrid were edging towards a comfortable finale in this game, George Mikatautze with a fine, giving the ball away. Bellingham winning it back. Here is Mbappe, and Brahim Diaz back to Mbappe. There's the third, and that should be that for Real Madrid. Winning.
Look how deep everybody is, and at least trying to stretch the defense.
Carreras bundled his way through, and Carreras breaks the deadlock for Real Madrid. He kept going and kept going, and he scored again against Valencia. An individual. There doesn't seem to be an atmosphere of any kind of belief amongst the fans that they can get back into this game. There are lots of blue shirts streaming forward here, and Kylian Mbappe should finish it off. And Kylian Mbappe does finish it off. He finishes off Valencia this evening at Mestalla. The second goal for Real Madrid. Mbappe's minute.
Alexander-Arnold, he's got Valverde in support. Goulet's made an interesting run. It's played instead square to Alexander-Arnold into the area, and a touch from Gonzalo Garcia, and he's off to the perfect start, and so are Real Madrid. Well, he got that start against Betis back in January and scored a hat-trick, 3 shots, 3 goals. First shot of the night. Up he steps, and he scores. Real Sociedad equalise with plenty of help from Dean House, and his reckless challenge has won the penalty. And Vinicius has scored the penalty, and Real Madrid go back into the lead. Vinny strikes, Bellingham applauds, and Carreras. Fede Valverde, and Fede Valverde finds the top corner. Far too much space given to him on the edge of the area. It's his first La Liga goal. He steps, and he scores into the corner. Vinicius makes it Real Madrid 4, Real Sociedad 1. Another gift from Aramburu. Vinicius. He gets it back, Vinicius. Vinicius with a chance to put Real Madrid ahead, and Real Madrid are ahead. Vinicius finds the back of the net, beats Dimitrovic. His goal number 8 in La Liga, and Real Madrid. Vinicius into Bellingham, Bellingham back to Vinicius, Vinicius with a brilliant finish. Real Madrid double their lead. Vinicius scores again, and the Bellingham-Vinicius combination that we've seen so many times before.
He strikes. Start as you mean to go on. Kylian Mbappe scoring his first goal in the first game of the season for Real Madrid. The breakthrough comes in the...
Fede Valverde hits it through the crowd. It's pushed out by De Turo, and cleared into the back of the net from Rudiger on the volley. Antonio Rudiger breaks the deadlock for Real Madrid. Well, the plan was that Valverde converted from Vinicius. Played forward by Valverde to Brahim. Brahim wants it back. Valverde has other options on. One of them is Fran Garcia. Fran Garcia back to Fede Valverde on the edge of the area. Dummies, then shoots, and into the top corner. What a week Fede Valverde has had. It was incredible goals. He was involved in the first goal tonight, and his name is headed away by Andre Silva. Cross comes in, and there's a chance here, and it's 3-0. And it's Haaland who gets the goal, and it was all too easy. Elche fragile at the back, and Haaland took full advantage of that. It's his second goal of the season, the veteran 20-year-old on the score sheet. And it's worse than that. Diagana gets into space. Can he beat Courtois? And it's gone in off of a Real Madrid defender. It's a chance to play, and they've been given the chance to play by Arbeloa, and they've not let him down. Arda Güler goes for goal. Dituro is a long way out of his goal, and that is absolutely spectacular from Arda Güler. Well, we've all seen goals hit from a player's own half. I'm not sure I've seen any as deep as that. Let's see how many metres away from goal Arda Güler was. Dituro spent much of the night.
Mbappé. Vinicius, can we get round Navarro, and doing so, there's Mbappé! Kylian Mbappé right at the start of this second half, his 20th league goal of the season. That is his first touch inside the Villarreal box of the game. Mbappé, straight down the middle from Kylian Mbappé. His 21st league goal of what is turning into another extraordinary season.
Real Madrid always gives you a moment.
Militao into Güler. Still Arda Güler, pass behind Mbappé, but he's won it, and he gets the shot away, and it's gone in off a defender, and Real Madrid have the lead. There's a smile from Mbappé. That's about as far as the celebration goes. Well, an own goal to open the scoring, or is that going to be given to Kylian? He needs a goal, having not scored in his last 8 games. If it's given to him, it's his 20th.
And I think this season we've seen that the minimum is simply not enough. You've got to have so many layers that Real Madrid at the moment don't have.
Early since that one forward. The shot comes in, and that is absolutely brilliant. And well, he apologises. That's the celebration. We wondered what it would be if he did hit the back of the net. So Vinicius on the score sheet. Real Madrid 2, Alaves 0. Both Mbappé and Vinicius have scored. Well, let's see what Celtic can do against Barcelona tomorrow night. Otto with the shot. It's pushed out by Lunin. Through the crowd and into the back of the net this time. I think Tony Martinez got the last touch. There will be a minute added on to the 3 originally added on. Tony Martinez finally scores after coming so close.
Really working out for Bailly either at the heart of the Oviedo defence, who hasn't had the best first half. Here's Gonzalo, who turns and gets the shot away and finds the back of the net. A mistake from Oviedo, punished by Gonzalo Garcia, who scores on the stroke of half-time. It hasn't been a good half from Real Madrid. A really good bit of Mbappé to Bellingham. Bellingham dancing into the box and getting a shot away and scoring a lovely individual goal. Jude Bellingham finding the back of the net. Quick feet from the Englishman, thrashing the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, so many aspects of this goal were really impressive.
Feels like Mbappe's got a bit more freedom to roam, and Gonzalo Garcia is the one who's a little bit more fixed in the middle. Shot from distance, what a hit that is! Absolutely stunning goal to open the scoring for Real Madrid. I don't think we're going to see many better hits than that from Eder Militao in his career.
Without any doubt, it looks as though he's going to be an unbelievable signing from Real Madrid.
Madrid getting the ball forward very, very quickly. Here is Vinicius, back to Mbappé, who lines up the shot. Mbappé! It is another absolute screamer at the Bernabeu this afternoon. Kylian Mbappe just can't stop scoring. A brilliant, brilliant hit. And Real Madrid double their lead at the start.
Very late Jude Bellingham goal to salvage a point. Here's Podence. Chiquinho back to Podence. Nice. Oh, brilliant from Olympiacos. Chiquinho with the goal, but the passing was slick, accurate. And Lunin rendered a miss. Players involved in that 50-50, back on their feet again. This is Mbappe! 1-1. Doesn't miss those, Kylian Mbappe. Zalakis, the goalkeeper, left exposed. Here's Goulet. Free header, 2-1. And it's Mbappe again. Well, Olympiacos. Oh yes, well-timed run. Flag stays down. Could be the hat-trick. Is the hat-trick for Kylian Mbappe. I'm sure they can make chances against Real Madrid this evening. Olympiacos. Here's Martins. In by Heza. And there's the chance, and there's the goal. Fine header. The game he's had, and he's away from Retsos. Trying to set up Mbappe, and he's done it. 4 goals for Kylian Mbappe. And what a duo these have been tonight. Useful ball in, and it's another back for Olympiacos. Ayoub El Kaabi, 4-3. Well,
And the header from Bellingham is into the back of the net. Real Madrid find the breakthrough through Jude Bellingham. A powerful header from La jodimos. And Mbappe with his 18th league goal of the season, his 59th goal.
Whip this in, right-footed, and in the back post, who's rising? It's Gonzalo Garcia. It's his first goal in La Liga. The man who got 4 in the World Club Cup scored.
They were panic there, wasn't there, from the defender from Asensio and Rudiger.
Fede Valverde kicks that into Gonzalo Garcia, and what a finish that is! Well, if the first goal was just your meat and potatoes centre-forward back post header, that was absolutely brilliant. He scored his second goal of the game. Madrid have started the second half exactly as Xabi Alonso would have wanted them to. His run.
This game out.
Rodrigo with the corner up goes, and it's into the back of the net from Asensio. It's his first goal for Real Madrid. It's 3-0, and the youngsters are doing the job. Can he round Courtois? He can. Can he finish the job and score and make it 3-1? Yes, he can.
Done enough. He sends him wide. Courtois is the majority of them.
And it looked as if Xabi Alonso found his solution for that problem. Right side position. Goulet's in behind the Betis defence here. Cross comes in and it's turned in by Gonzalo Garcia. He scored a hat-trick. It's Real Madrid 4, Betis 1, and there's not too much doubts about who the man of the match is going to be. He's going to take the match ball home. Gonzalo strikes again, and Real Madrid. Cross comes in from Valverde, and Fran Garcia gets in on the act as well, and it's 5-1. The substitute.
Giving the ball away here to Kylian Mbappe. That is not a good move. Mbappe through on goal, and you know how that ends. Jude then got round the back of him. Here is Kylian Mbappe, pulls it back at Goulet. Made by Cabal takes and dispatches with ease. Game on at the Real.
What they want to do with the ball when they're going forward. It's a little bit more off the cuff for Real Madrid.
Opportunity for the break, and he's around Donnarumma and scores. And Real Madrid from the breakaway take the lead. The captain, Valverde. Manchester City have had more of the ball and the better opportunities for their core goal.
Diaz.
Vinicius Junior. Valverde with the run. And the shots! And the second goal of the night for the Real Madrid captain. They lead Manchester City by 2 goals to 0. It was well executed, but from a Manchester City point of view, it was far too easy.
Wasn't it just 2 of their star men?
Nudged on to the youngster, Pitar. Diaz looks for the Valverde on a hat-trick. Brilliant! Oh my goodness me! He has a first half hat-trick, and that was simply sublime. Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. What a fantastic... Still alive. Little clever chip back to Vinicius. And that's edged away by Bernardo Silva. Real
be hitting the post.
Penalty. Vinicius Junior this time gets it right. It's 1-0 to Real Madrid on the night and 4-0 on aggregate. And the quarter-final. Nori, Reinders, Doku. Brilliantly done. Haaland. 1-1. And he's back amongst the goals. Excellent. Explosive at times in the first leg. Here's Vinicius. That one is it. That's a...
Yellow diamonds in the light. How is
kick. And it's a clear header for Ben White. And the player who scored his last 2 goals against Chelsea way back in April 2024 gets off the mark here and gives Arsenal... Cucurella chasing back at Saka now. Ben White in support, pulls it right across. Gyökeres! Well, he couldn't miss from that range, but that feels like a big moment for the striker. A goal in a big game. Here's João Pedro. Neto delivering with a cross. It's all the way through to Garnacho! And Chelsea get a foothold. Off the bench to get them back in it. It's Alejandro Garnacho. Saka. Marino into the path of Gyökeres. Laid off for Zubamendi to strike. And just when Arsenal's command had been called into question, Zubamendi reinforces their determination to get this job. Neto's corner. Garnacho with a hit! He's done it again! A second lifeline offered to Chelsea by the substitute Liam Rosenior threw on in this second half. And they've got it back to within 1.
Prodded forward by Trossard. Arsenal have 2 players over on the right hand side. And it's going to fall for Kai Havertz against his former club. Havertz for Wembley. Returned and relentless. Havertz in the semi-final. And Arsenal are Wembley bound once more. Beyond all doubt.
Trossard's feet. Trossard to Martin Zubimendi, and it's in! Brilliant goal from Arsenal's midfield maestro.
What a strike from Martin Zubimendi. I said I wanted our players to have more efforts from outside the box, H. We get it over.
The eye of a needle there. Rice and Kai Havertz coming over to stop Sunderland escaping, and they played it straight to Trossard, who finds Havertz into Victor Gyökeres. Oh, it's brilliant from Victor Gyökeres off the bench and making an instant impact. Victor Gyökeres finds the back of the net again. Norgard hooks that forward, Martinelli will chase it. Martinelli will get there, and he looks to go beyond Reinildo. And Martinelli's bearing down on goal to wrap it up for Arsenal. He finds Victor Gyökeres, and there it is! Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0. A devastating breakaway. Martinelli and Gyökeres, the two substitutes combine. And Arsenal.
Christian Norgard, his first was in the win against Slavia Praha. Good strength from Madueke. His left stays in his wake. Madueke! A goal of rare quality for Noni Madueke. The strength in the build-up and the precision, the near perfection of the... And that's Madueke! Noni, as they failed to deal. Martinelli away from CK. Martinelli! Just a joyous strike from Gabriel Martinelli.
Held in by Bukayo Saka, it's trouble, Martinez, and it's gone in! And Gabriel is back with a bang! It's like the Brazilian has never been away! Sancho losing out to the Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard, who can roll it through for Zubamendi! In the battle of the Basque managers, it's the son of San Sebastian who makes the difference. A run from deep. Odegaard can whip this one in. Saka couldn't make the connection. Timber will lay it off for Trossard. It's 3. He scored away, and he's done so on home turf too. A third different goal. Zubamendi rise the challenge from Garcia. Willing runner ahead of him in Trossard. Now looking to turn provider for Jesus! Oh, what a goal! Oh, he is fit and firing now. And is able to turn around and get in behind and squeeze it in, surely. And this time they do make it count, and there goes Arsenal's clean sheet. Ollie Watkins at Emirates Stadium.
Madueke opens up. Roberts gets down to save. Martinelli keeps it moving for Arsenal. It's Madueke again! And that's a magnificent hit from Noni Madueke. Well, they haven't shown too much Premier League quality needed. Salmon under hit. Evans onto it and away from Mosquera. It's Will Evans. Oh, he scored! Mansfield Town level. Immediate impact from the substitute Will Evans, who seized upon the short pass. Norgard. Here's Abera Eza. Oh, it's another scorcher. Arsenal in front again after another moment of magic. They have needed a couple of absolute crackers to get them in.
Odegaard will turn in midfield. Here's Madueke. Lovely combination with Ben White. Clips it into the box, and Marino's header finds the back of the net. Well, that didn't take Arsenal long, did it? And Mikel Merino, fresh off the back of his goal at Stamford Bridge, is on the score sheet once again. It's Arsenal 1, Brentford 0.
Ben White
here. Our second Arsenal goal would ease the nerves inside Emirates Stadium. Bukayo Saka's in here, opportunity for him, checks back onto the left foot, and Kelleher makes a meal of it, and it's ended up in the back of the net. Arsenal have their second. Surely now Arsenal have their 3 points. Bukayo Saka off the bench and onto the score sheet. Arsenal 2, Brentford 0.
Brilliant play from McCann.
No long VAR reviews. Martinelli wanting to use this extra 2 minutes. A lovely ball through, and they've got the goal at the end. Kai Havertz, the scorer of big goals in big games, arrives on the scene, keeps his cool, and Mikel Arteta can celebrate. Arsenal going in front in the very nick of time, in added time. Sporting, who were pushing for a goal themselves, caught out at the back, and Arsenal, Stuart Robson, have done the job.
Well, they certainly have. Kai Havertz looks to be a really good run. I'm not quite sure where the centre halves were, but he makes the right run. Martinelli finds.
Here's Lewis Skinner. Now Saka. The big boys are still forward from the back. Can Saka provide the cross? Lovely skill from Bukayo Saka. Low delivery, and Victor Gyökeres scores! Magic from Bukayo Saka on the right-hand side. Eza picks up the scraps and picks out Victor Gyökeres with a wonderful pass. Lovely ball into Saka. Bukayo Saka! Back with a bang! Arsenal's star boy! Well, under a little bit of pressure, but he navigated the situation brilliantly. And Arsenal break forward again. Here's Trossard. Brilliant from the Belgian. In towards Gyökeres! A wonderful Arsenal goal! Sublime from the Belgian.
Martinelli is free. Oh, it's left for Eza! But what a moment for him. Ebere Eza scores his first goal since returning to his boyhood club. And it just took less than 8 minutes. Trossard, that's a lovely take. Leandro Trossard gets Arsenal second. And the touch was beautiful, the finish emphatic. And Arsenal will be in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup draw.
Over comes the corner. Header comes in, and Arsenal have taken the lead. Timber turns away, and he guided the header in.
Fantastic delivery again from Declan.
No, Canary. Good feet, can't get away from the second challenge. Rice wins it back. Timber, Saka, chance, goal! Arsenal lead 2-0. Bukayo Saka, his first chance of the game, and he rifles it in.
There was never going to be any doubt. Comes out to Bukayo Saka on his own.
Gyökeres got away well there. Stole a march on his defender. Gyökeres coming inside, he shoots and he scores! Victor Gyökeres is off the mark in his Arsenal career, and they lead 3-0.
Brilliant finish from Victor Gyökeres. He does his trademark celebration. All that was, Tim, that was Calafiori.
It's a very good ball in, and is it going to be bundled in? It is! Arsenal have made it 4. There was an inevitability to that. Timber has got a second.
The massive smile on during Timber's face. He's
Gyökeres. Was there ever any doubt? Rifles it into the corner, and Arsenal have a 5th goal and a second for Gyökeres.
Thrives in a more central area.
Flicked on by Trossard. Here is Martinelli. And Martinelli's taken it beautifully in its stride and scores! What an introduction! Gabriel Martinelli has been on the pitch for less than 60 seconds and he's put Arsenal in front. He's under pressure. Martinelli to the byline, and Leandro Trossard sorts his feet out and puts the ball in the back of the net and wins the game for Arsenal. The two substitutes who combined for the first goal.
Madueke finding Kai Havertz. There's Etta! Oh, that's a stunner! And that one is right off the training grounds. He is the difference.
Noni Madueke playing himself into a bit of trouble there. Blair across the penalty area, effort at goal, saved by Kepa and turned in from close range by Bishop. And Portsmouth have their dream start.
That is an absolutely dream start, and it's been pressure from Portsmouth. Madueke coming short. Swansea.
There's this ball in, helped on, bit of chaos around the 6-yard box, and Arsenal managed to bundle it in. And it's Christian Norgard. An unlikely goal source for Arsenal, but they are back on level terms. And they've burst Portsmouth's bubble pretty quickly here. Portsmouth 1, Arsenal 1. Madueke's ball in towards the near post and glanced in by Gabriel Martinelli.
That is all about the delivery. I mean, it is a great header by Martinelli. He gets the perfect amount of touch on it. 2 goals from corners.
Madueke. I think his initial touch was a little bit heavy there. It took him into Chaplin, who committed the foul though. Arsenal take it quickly. Jesus' ball across. Met at the far post by Gabriel Martinelli, who scores Arsenal's 3rd and his 2nd of the afternoon. Gabriel Martinelli's all smiles. And why would Madueke's ball into that near post area, and it's into the back of the net. Gabriel Martinelli celebrates again. Arsenal's hat-trick hero in the FA Cup 3rd round.
Towards screwed up, couldn't control it, and Saka may profit. Options in the middle. Here's Martin Odegaard! What a way to open your account for the season! And it was well worth the wait. Oh, and it's gone all the way in! And for the 2nd game in a week, Arsenal were able to profit from an own goal. Jorginho Ruta got the final touch. His delivery takes a wicked deflection. There's Ruta. And now Yassine Ayari off the base of the post, but then slammed in by Diego Gomez. And Brighton have one back.
Skelly is called for the ball. Eza is the man in between. Might have thought about that for a second. Lewis Skelly. Eza slips. Scuffed by Timber. Finished by Gabriel Jesus, who has a look up to see if the flag's raised. It stayed down, and Arsenal are in front, and they fully deserve it. They've been on top from the off.
They've been absolutely brilliant, Guy, like you say.
To Liverpool in December. Lovely ball from Lautaro Martinez. Thuram gets it back again, got back up again. Barella's effort is smothered. Oh, what a finish that is! Sucic has lashed into level. Boom! You don't keep those out. Just when it looked. Saka's lifted it to Trossard, off the bar and into the net.
Gabriel Jesus has got another, and Arsenal have their lead back. Arsenal from a corner. Yes, it's happened. He holds it up well. It's not the right pass for Saka, but he's got it back, and he scored.
Meiss's delivery, it's a deeper one, and it's in, and it's Gyökeres who's turned it in from close range. Another Arsenal goal from another corner, 1-0.
It's unbelievable statistically what Arsenal are doing from corners. That one, it's a great delivery, goes into the far.
There's Gyökeres. Can Trossard get to this? He will. From defence to attack, here come Arsenal. Leandro Trossard clips one in, Rice with the header, terrific goal. 2-0 to the Gunners, and it's Declan Rice.
Oh, that's such smooth work from Trossard. I mean, Gyökeres does all he can by driving that ball round the back of the Burnley defenders.
Corner towards Calafiori, and it eventually makes its way into the back of the net. An Arsenal lead in the quarter-final. They've had to be patient and bide their time, but finally there is a gap, and the Gunners are able to. The 5th minute added on as the ball is whipped in and touched home. Palace equalise in the 5th minute against Benitez. A shimmy and into the back of the net. The skipper holds his nerve, and Arsenal, Chelsea as well. Jean-Philippe Mateta is the first player he is hoping to deny in front of the North Bank. It's Mateta, and it was ever so casual. Rice steps up and thumps it in. With an Arsenal fan making this a cauldron of noise. Deveni sends Kepa the wrong way. The 22-year-old ball on the spot with confidence. Bukayo Saka. Against Benitez, and Saka scores right into the side netting.
Oh, that's a lovely penalty. He just strokes it to the left.
Hughes looking to make it 3-3, does make it 3-3.
Yeah, solid pen. Kepa goes down to the right and he just clips it into the roof of the net centrally.
Tries to make himself look as big as possible. To make it 4 penalties from 4. Leandro Trossard. Beautifully done. The pick of the bunch so far. Only played 11 times for Palace this season. This is a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. But goodness me, doesn't he respond? 4-4 now. Up steps the Spaniards, who just confidently dispatches that one in, and Arsenal are 100% after their first. The sound level has increased as Lerma steps up against Kepa. We've had 10 perfect penalties. Penalty area. We know he's blessed with technique. He has a devastating shot. And he keeps his composure too. 6-5 to the Gunners. He's 21 years old. There is a lot of responsibility on those young shoulders. Oliver Glasner can only wait and hope. Wharton. Goalkeeper sent the wrong way again. 6-6 in the shootout. Mr. Reliable inside 90 minutes. Timber steps up And Timber slams home. The most emphatic of the bunch.
Oh, he's crashed.
Pick of his young career so far. It's a straight run up from the Nigerian. Now he angles. Uche slots it in.
Needs to keep Arsenal in front.
In his own time, William Saliba delays and just strokes it home. Completely unfazed, the Frenchman, Arrizabalaga. Carefully measured out those steps from Lacroix. And saved by Kepa, who schedules a Carabao Cup semi-final date with Chelsea. A two-legged London derby awaits the Gunners in the new year. And they have a new penalty shooter. He will deliver. Oh, by India's flags, and it's headed in by Calafiori. Well, he loves a goal in Manchester. What's the ball in? That is by Dalman, and tapped in by Gyökeres. With just Gyökeres it is who pounces.
Dalman gets the ball. He whips this in. Left-footed, dropping down. Pickford commits himself, Max, doesn't he? Doesn't need to come for that.
Including Jordan Pickford. In by James Garner. Away by Gyökeres. Martinelli again, and Dalman can run clear, and Dalman has Martinelli. Writes the first chapter of what will be a very long and
great shape on it, and Gabriel pounces. Lewis Skelly. An exciting break. Martinelli. And, oh, it's a glorious goal for Arsenal! Devastating. And again, Martinelli getting in behind. Eze coming in. Gyökeres, and in it goes! Arsenal's night is complete. Rice delivers. Oh, and it's going to be another. Gyökeres there on the line to make absolutely sure.
Now, Jury and Timber, who got the winning goal against Chelsea on Sunday, feeds it to Saka. Saka cuts inside. Drills one in, and it's in! Bukayo Saka's shot's found a way in, and the Gunners have the perfect start.
Yeah, I think you always expect that from Saka when he cuts.
Headed away. What a strike, what a goal! Zubimendi with an absolute sizzler. That is a peach. He has caught that absolutely beautifully. I mean, it wasn't the greatest defensive. Arsenal have got to be careful and mindful that they can't let Forest get any confidence. Ball over the top, Eze got time, pulls it across, 2-0, Gyökeres. It was as simple as that, ball over the top, Eze, lovely ball into the path of Gyökeres, who couldn't miss. Well, what a fantastic start. I mean, Eze has made the perfect decision. He's put that ball across. Players. Arsenal goes short, Declan Rice, thought about the shot, didn't quite come at the right angle for him. Trossard clips one in, header comes in, 3-0. Zubimendi's got a second goal, and Arsenal are in total control. Yeah, and he's not the biggest lad in the world, and to get a header, I don't think he can believe it. Trossard with his first touch,
Arsenal. And the captain scores. Perfectly placed. Markovic gets Merino in the middle, Nwaneri in the box, Saka as well. Merino, great chance, perfect start to the second half for Arsenal. Just over 30 seconds by Rice. It's a third goal, and Mikel Merino is there again.
Saka. There's the header! Goal! And there's the goal! Kai Havertz has scored! Arsenal lead! Fine delivery! Just about got a punch away, Leeds half clear it. Rice feeds it wide to Madueke. Sends over another cross, there's the header and there's the goal! Martin Zubimendi has scored and it's Leeds 0, Arsenal 1. That's a great decision by Madueke. He looked at taking full-back on, he chops inside, pretty similar to how Bukayo Saka does. It's a lovely delivery. Madueke with another corner. It's gone in, Darlow couldn't keep it out and Arsenal have doubled their lead. That is all about the delivery. I mean, to bend the ball from there into that near post area, right on top of everybody, that's so difficult. Odegaard looking for the run of Martinelli. He gets just ahead of strike on that occasion. Cuts inside. Good delivery! And Gyökeres has turned it in! And that is 3-0 now to the Gunners. Yeah, that's going to sink Leeds. They put so much effort into that. But it's the two substitutes, Odegaard with a lovely pass through. Arsenal go again. Odegaard, Jesus, nice turn. Still Jesus. Oh, that's wonderful. Quality finish, 4-0. And this is now turning into a rout. Am I allowed to say I told you so? I knew he'd come on and get something. He's in good form. He had those.
Saliba for Arsenal. Ezek closed down by Taylor, but he's got away from him. Oh, and he's played a lovely ball into Madueke here, and that is 1-0. Beautifully done. Wigan unpicked by Eberechi Eze. It's a super run by Madueke in a very... Eze, Martinelli making the run and threatening and scoring. Gabriel Martinelli makes it 2. Well, it's his 4th goal already in this season's FA Cup. Oh, and he's done well. He's got away from Morgan Fox. Saka wants it and gets it. Oh, it's an own goal. Jack Hunt with the header. It's excellent from Madueke. Morgan, there's that pass again. Gabriel Jesus is onside and Arsenal are 4-0 in front inside half an hour. It's a lovely...
To Mosquera. Damn, that's a lovely touch to Martinelli. Jesus makes the run. Here's Jesus! This time he scores! Gabriel Jesus has given Arsenal the lead. Just before half-time here at Selhurst Park. It was a really well-constructed move. Deeper one. Headed back across by Havertz. Madueke shoots and scores! It's another Arsenal goal from a corner, well made. Havertz headed it back and Noni Madueke has turned it in.
Oh, it's a brilliant Arsenal goal right at the start of this second half, just to give them...
Pino, there's the goal. Mateta scores, he was unmarked, it was an excellent ball in, and he turns the header in from...
Zubimendi. Here is Eza, and Declan Rice on the follow-up, and he scores against his former side yet again. They've had to be patient. They've had to bide their time. Against Alphonse Areola. Scores! And Saka brings up his double century of Premier League appearances with a goal. His 100th direct goal contribution in this competition.
Through beautifully, and Gyökeres takes it and he's striding, gets the shot away, and Arsenal in front inside 2 minutes. Jorginho, and it's 1-1. Delight for these Kyra players. And the teammate. Here's Ben White. Looks on the chase. Ash is with him. Havertz takes over. Will he go for goal here? He will! And he'll find the back of the net. White, Norgard, Havertz is in. Puts the... It stands. It's 3-1 Arsenal. Here's Kurgin. Crosses deep, and it's headed home at the back post by Ricardinho. Well, the
Odegaard for Rice, back with Martin Odegaard. And Trossard! How big a moment could that be? Leandro Trossard has tightened Arsenal's grip on the Premier League trophy.
Superb there from Odegaard. Absolutely had nothing on, but then drove inside the 18-yard box. And what a fantastic finish there from Trossard. Absolutely superb. And you felt it was coming as well.
Marino. Early ball in, Trossard takes it down, and it's in! Leandro Trossard does it again! Arsenal 1, Tottenham 0! Oh, the little magic man with a lovely touch, what a run behind the Tottenham defence, he zigzags in and out, and Marino with the near side of the pitch now. Nice football, Timber joins the attack. Good ball in actually, but then headed away, Rice touches it on, Still Eza, good feet, 2-0! The Gunners have doubled their leads, and it's Eza, 2-0! Oh, but the touch from Declan Rice is banged into him, and he just kills it. The pass is spectacular to Eza, but after that, it's all about that man in the middle of... Still looking to get off to a quick start in the second half here. Bit of space, shot comes in, it is 3! Oh my God! And it's Eza again! What a start to the second half, and it's Arsenal 3, Tottenham 0. Well, there's still people trying to pile back in and get into this. Well, this time Zubimendi and Richarlison has gone early, tried to lob right. That's a fantastic goal. It's a great finish, very similar to what we saw in the friendly pre-season. Good first touch, plays it inside. Eza on for the hat-trick. 4-1 to Arsenal, and it's the Everinichi Eza show. Fantastic! And all his goals coming from exactly the same area. This one, a right-footed strike, takes it out of his body.
Right through the middle for Odegaard, skips away from the challenge, down the line for Gyökeres, showing all his strength. It's Gyökeres! And Martinelli puts in the rebound. shots. Well defended by Costinia. He's had a very good game at right back for Olympiacos. It's Saka! That seals it!
Hill Dickinson Stadium. Victor Gyökeres steps up and scores. And Arsenal lead at Everton. And Victor Gyökeres is the man who breaks the deadlock. Everton 0, Arsenal 1.
Yeah, definitely justice has been served. And although Pickford goes the right way.
In from Saka. Deep delivery towards Gabriel and flicks in! And William Saliba will run away and claim the plaudits. Short option goes towards that near post. In from James, and it's been flicked in, and it may have even come off. An Arsenal player last. Wish James will celebrate with those Chelsea fans, but it looks like Rice's delivery again, and Arsenal have it in again. Jurrien Timber takes control of the London derby. Another.
Takes Kadioglu out of it. Mikel Merino, lovely here for Lewis Skelly, and in! Ethan Ranieri. Arsenal have found a way. After that patient period of probing pressure, they come up with a quality in the build-up, and they come up not just this season, but in laying the foundations in previous campaigns. And here they come now with Timber. Look at the ground that he has covered, slips it through towards Harry Mananous, denied his moment, but Saka will score, and it might just settle it. A second for Arsenal, and the Premier League leaders well on course now for the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup.
Given away by Gabriel, big mistake, and Evan Nielsen takes advantage of it. And Arsenal find themselves behind 10 minutes in. Evan Nielsen gifted the opening goal. Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 0.
What is Gabriel doing? That is just a complete...
Hardly convincing goalkeeping. Madueke picks it up on the right. Drops the shoulder, gets beyond Semenyo. Madueke inside the box, great footwork from him. And it's come to Gabriel Martinelli, and then Gabriel fires home. Gabriel, who moments ago gifted Bournemouth the opener, has gone down the other end and put things right almost instantaneously. It's Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 1. Timber's ball forward. Martinelli's flick on. Might come here for Victor Gyökeres. Breaks to Odegaard instead. Cuts it back to Declan Rice. That is a stunning finish. And Arsenal have their noses in front. Declan Rice back in the 11, and in a Timber into Odegaard, and Saka's in behind here. Saka cuts it back, and Rice scores his second of the evening, and with that gives Arsenal some breathing space. Declan Rice back in the picture and back with a brace. Worked it inside, and here is Krupi. Good effort, and Bournemouth are back in this. And he comes off the bench and halves the deficit between the two sides.
It's a brilliant strike from Krupi. Rice's delivery. Just bounce away.
Shot comes in, and it's Eza. Eza against his former club with a fine finish. 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Look at that. Proud to be an Arsenal player, chest puffed out, pointing to the sky.
Right, struggling, goal! Leverkusen in front! Robert and Modric gives the home side the lead. It's been plain sailing in the Champions League up until now for Arsenal, who find themselves behind. Havertz, just about squeezes it home. And a look of relief on the face of Kai Havertz as much as anything. And certainly a feeling of relief for Arsenal. They have been far from their best. Trossard, Eza on the turn and hits and scores! Oh my word! It's an absolute stunner from Eza. Even William Saliba can't believe the quality of that. My oh my. By Malik Tillman. Bit of a risky pass that. Grimaldo gets further distance on it. Seized upon by Declan Rice. That might just do it for Arsenal. Declan Rice gives them daylight against Leverkusen.
Pushing for the opening goal, overcomes the delivery. This time it's in from Trossard. Trossard turns it in from close range and the Gunners have the lead.
Leandro Trossard steps up and turns in from close.
Arsenal respond to situations like this. Tonali goes short this time. Oh, it's a brilliant ball in. And it has been headed home against the run of play.
Yeah, it's a decent set piece. Arsenal caught a little bit short, Good little set back, decent delivery. It's a good area. Gabriel's gone down very, very easy there. I don't think there's anything in it.
6-yard box. Eza. Rice's ball. It's glanced on and it's glanced in. Mikel Merino against his former club, and with just over 5 minutes left to play, Arsenal are back on level terms. Odegaard this time, curling one in, and it's been headed home. And what an important goal that could turn out to be at this early stage of the Premier League title race.
All Black from the spot. And Arsenal lead in the semi-final. Atletico Madrid 0, Arsenal 1. 5 taken this season. This to level it up. And he does. It's 1-1. That wasn't a penalty, it was a catapult.
Yeah.
It's come to Gyökeres. Oblak's retreating. Gyökeres and Trossard. Got the shot away. Oblak with the save and tucked in by Saka. Arsenal strike in the last minute of the first half. Close range.
Saka gets away from Salah. And Eza! Spurs simply cannot handle him. And Eza is turning the North London derby. Given away by Rice. Colin Moani with a chance to equalise. And Spurs are back on level terms. Gyökeres, space! Oh, that's a brilliant goal! Victor Gyökeres has his moment to savour in the North London derby. He was unmarked on the edge of the area. Eza pounces, Saka's away. Bukayo Saka to make it 3. The fall for Eza. It is 3. And at this point, it is becoming inevitable. Eza in the Odegaard. Gyökeres can take it with him. Gyökeres for 4! Derby day dominance.
And said they had a plan to get away from situations such as this. Having a plan is one thing, dealing with it is another. Yurian Timber opens the scoring for Arsenal. What Harry Kane called. Have a go at a different fullback. And that's Gnabry, and that's 1-1. Leonard Carl, the 17-year-old. This is Eza. Fresh legs of Calafiore, and that was whipped in beautifully and finished off by Noni Madueke. And again through. And Martinelli go. He's in behind Kimmich here. He's beyond Neuer. It's Gabriel Martinelli to make sure